All right. We are back here at Song of the Day, coming to you from the Rock Cave. I'm your host, Mark Pierce. As usual, it is Friday, and you all know what that means. Say it with me. It is OCTANE Friday. And we've got another good one today. You're going to have to crank it up. And some of you for today's episode are going to be like, is this a Wednesday? Is this a Wanderlust Wednesday? I mean, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. But I had to do today's episode. In my musical journey, I had to do today's episode when I read about this. So we are going back to April 25th, 1983. 83? Yeah, 83. This band put out a record we're talking about the band Krokus, and they put out a record called Headhunter, and this was basically the first hard rock, metal, whatever you want to call it, CD, or actually it would have been cassette and record, that I owned in my whole life. It was really, other than Black Sabbath, Paranoid, this was the first band, and Def Leppard actually, that I listened to, I listened to the whole album and just loved this kind of music and what would be coming down the road as far as, for me, AC/DC, and then of course all the hair glam metal to come in the mid-'80s. Who are these guys? You may not recognize their name, but they are actually from Switzerland. I challenge people to name a bunch of bands from Switzerland. I should have looked it up. I didn't, but let's figure that out. But they're from Switzerland, and they basically started in 1975, and they were a progressive rock band at first. And when you look them up and start reading about them, if you look at the number of past members in total, that number is 30. And you love looking up the names of past members because they've got names like Hansi, Jörg, Remo, Jai, and of course Bjorn. That's pretty awesome. Where'd they get Krokus from? Well, they were on tour and they actually saw the Krokus plant somewhere along the way, and they figured out that the German word for Krokus is also Krokus, but with a K, and they were like, wow, Krokus has rock in the middle, R-O-K. That's cool. Let's call ourselves Krokus. That's it. That's all you get for a story for that one. So what happens to their progressive rock sound? They go and see AC/DC in 1978. That must have been a show. And they're like, this is the musical direction we want to go in. And they change things up and start playing music like that, which makes perfect sense because we're going to talk about that in a second about one of their songs. But they emulated AC/DC so much that it was kind of a double-edged sword because while the music they were making was attractive because people like AC/DC fans liked AC/DC, so therefore they liked the music that Krokus was putting out, but it was a little too much like AC/DC at times, and they got a little bit of pushback being like, well, are these guys just an AC/DC cover band? Like, is it original? Like, what's going on here? So there was a little bit of that going on, but they did put out some great music, and so we'll talk about that. So they put out a record in 1982 called One Vice at a Time, and that is the song that you're going to hear that you'll say to yourself, is this AC/DC? Like, you need to play this song and be like, how is this not AC/DC? Like, prove me wrong. Or let's hear AC/DC sing this song. But the name of that song is Long Stick Goes Boom, and it's even got a title like AC/DC. I mean, that we're going to post it. It's not your song of the day, but we're going to post it below, and you give that song a listen. That has 1 million views, by the way, and it's not even a real music video. But check out that song. So we're going to 83 because they put out Headhunter, and that's the one that went platinum. That was ripe for MTV, heavy rotation. That's how I heard about it. And check out this video. The album went to number 25. This video has a little bit of everything from 1983. It's got the apocalypse. It's got, seems like the same feel and skyline to the video for Tom Petty's video for You Got Lucky, if you remember that. And both of them seem to be playing on Mad Max or Mad Max Beyond the Thunderdome, which hadn't really come out yet, but that whole idea of, I don't know, the end of the world apocalypse scene. It's also got what appears to be all the women, or at least a bunch of the women from Pat Benatar's Love is a Battlefield video, walking through there, and one of them is a prisoner, of course. It's got a little bit of a Doctor Who feel with the graphics in there. It's a pretty amazing video when you think about this as a 1983 video. It is just spot on for what the videos were like at that time. So just for that alone, you got to check it out. So that's just that's just incredible for this song that's going to be your song of the day, which is Screaming in the Night. And then in 84, we'll just kind of close the book on these guys. 84, they put out The Blitz, which was more of a glam turn for them. Management wanted them to switch to that glam sound, and they put out the song Our Love, which is a ballad, which is awesome, by the way. Thank you, Satellite XM 12 years ago for turning me on to that song. I still love that song to this day. And their version of Ballroom Blitz. Everyone had to take a crack at Sweet at some point or another. I'm pretty sure Josh Groban is going to do Ballroom Blitz pretty soon. It's a must. So anyway, this album, Headhunter, it's got Eat the Rich. It's got a bunch of great songs on there, but this, again, one of my earliest metal hair band records I ever owned. I'm at almost 7 minutes here. We're going to cut this off, but Screaming in the Night is your song of the day. Love this song to this day. My brother turned me on to this as well, this whole album, but I saw the video and I was like, all right, I like this. So nothing bad here, nothing not to like. Check out the video, check out the song. It's Hair Nation at its best. We're talking Krokus, Screaming in the Night. That's your song of the day. Check out these other songs too. Make sure you play Long Stick, Go Boom, and Our Love. Those 3 songs are a must for you today on Octane Friday, should you choose to accept it. Have a great day. Looking forward to the weekend. And as usual, I'll catch you on the flip side.